it. It collapsed. The top floors collapsed down. I saw it blow and then ran like hell. Thank God. I'm 69, but I can still run. There's got to be firemen trapped back there, though.
What'd you see?
Everything. I saw chaos. It's just chaos out here. It really is. So the Twin Towers fall. It's amazing. It's crazy. I can't believe this shit is happening. I really can't. It's nightmares. Armageddon right here.
I'll find the other brother. Just respond. Get you guys down to fresh air.
Withstanding tower number 1, just we saw some kind of explosion, a lot of smoke come out of the top of the tower, and then it collapsed down onto the streets below, much like we saw the first tower just about a half hour ago.
Gosh, this is an unbelievable, it's incredible, incredulous.
Truly, as you're looking at the at what there is of the Manhattan skyline at this point, the two most prominent landmarks, the World Trade Centers, now reduced to a pile of rubble and ash.
And there is not anything recognizable of what were the two trade towers, nothing standing out from those clouds of dust at this time.
My goodness.
Primary day here in New York has been canceled, and again, American Airlines reporting that they have lost 164 people, passengers and crew, dead after their planes have been apparently hijacked.
As if it were a weapons of mass destruction attack on the United States, a scenario that they have played out many times here before. Now, I want to stress that thus far, they don't have a clear plan, but
4 aircraft hijacked, 1 hit a World Trade Center tower, and then another, and then the World Trade Center towers collapsed. Another hijacked plane hit the Pentagon in Washington, and then yet another hijacked commercial aircraft, all of them bound from the East Coast to the West Coast, went down in a fairly remote area about 80 miles from Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. No one has claimed responsibility for these bombings. This is the scene in Lower Manhattan as the following continues. The 2 towers of the World Trade Center are down, destroyed, completely collapsed in separate avalanches, 1 then 2, of steel and concrete. Now, the World Trade Center complex includes 7 buildings. 2 other buildings in the World Trade Center complex just a short while ago were reported to still be in flames and in danger of collapsing. Some people are said to be alive in the collapsed debris of the World Trade Center and got out of the building, extremely quickly. But how many lives were saved and how many were lost, we simply don't know in this unprecedented show of terrorist horror. The World Trade Center towers were 110 stories high. They collapsed in this shower of rubble and debris that you now see. Some people were forced out of the building. Some leapt, forced out at very high floors and leaped to their death.
Bloody, and he was trying to shoot and set up some of these shots there. The firefighters, the police, the crews, the people streamed toward me as I made my way to the Trade Center, sobbing and crying and trying to call home on dead cell phones, but they couldn't get through.
President Bush said the United States has taken all appropriate steps to protect the American people. The President says that we will hunt down and punish those responsible for the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. If you're saying to yourself, well, I've heard at least one American president say that before, you are correct. That President Clinton said that after the first attack on the World Trade Center. and a bloody mess of unprecedented proportions in this country. New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, quote, "The number of casualties will be more than most of us can bear." He declined to speculate on what the death toll might be.
That part of the building, the front part, into the lower ground, yes, the ground was covered with steel, glass, paper from those floors, yes.
You had to be frightened.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Describe that feeling. I mean, here you are. You're actually there. We're looking at it. We're looking at these pictures here, which are just horrific. This looks like downtown Beirut a few years ago. Rudolph Giuliani said it looks like it was bombed during World War II or something.
Next thing, when we got up there, as soon as we lost power, I heard it, somebody gave an urgent, and next thing we know, we're just dragging some people. I came down with two guys. I was sharing my mask with two other guys. And we just made it out, then we made it out here, the tower blew.
Were you caught in the explosion down below?
Yes, I was. I found a mask on one of the fire trucks on the floor. That's how I was able to get out, crawling up the highway here.
What was it like being under that?
I'll tell you something. I was never in Vietnam, but it just seems like being in a war. This is terrible. We lost tons of guys. We lost tons of guys.
What was the scene like?
Oh, it was chaos. It's something out of a movie. I just hope I never go through anything like this again.
Just like the building came just rumbling down. It was like a war zone. It was just unbelievable.
How did you not get hit with debris?
I ran in another building. Came out that way. And then when the second one went down, it was just like, it was a nightmare. Couldn't see, everything was totally black. You were just walking, hoping to find daylight. It was just unbelievable. I never seen anything like it in my life.
I'll stay with him. Okay.
I will go.
Where? All right. EMS going to get on the right. Wally? We got a bus. Move out of the way. Let's go. Come on. Take a halt. Give him room to breathe. Take a halt. Take a halt. The other side of the barrier. The other side. Hop up there. On the other side. Come on. Let's do it. Heads up.
And the American Red Cross is one of those places you can contact to do that. This is a scene from outside St. Vincent's Hospital, an old hospital with a marvelous reputation in New York and a great reputation particularly for dealing with emergency situations. But of course no one has ever seen an emergency situation to match this one. And as you watch these photographs of the effort to help the wounded, let us say that according to the Associated Press, the United States government suspects Osama bin Laden in terrorist attacks, and the Associated Press quotes 2 U.S. officials. They don't say at what level those officials were. However, this is just more of what we've had during the day. And New York hospitals are overwhelmed with the casualties. In Bellevue Hospital, every available doctor, nurse, orderly.
Hundreds of people working downtown. They're working on electric, gas, and steam systems, working to put them online. They're also still assessing the extent of the damage, and they're working with city and state agencies.
This is the scene we came upon 20 blocks north of the Trade Center. Row upon row of ambulances from all around New York and its suburbs.